Now, Kristen Press has scored 44 goals while earning 100 caps for the U.S. women's national team. Press has played for the U.S. in the World Cup, in the Olympics, and tomorrow night she will debut with the Utah Royals FC when they host the Seattle Reign. Today, she was in our studios with David James.
It is time to talk soccer with the newest member of Utah Royals FC, ready to make her debut tomorrow night, and they're fireworks. Partly for her, partly for, well, you, because you love fireworks. So, Kristen Press, welcome to town.
Thank you for having me.
So, how in the world did you end up here? Because I've been looking at your career, and you've been all over the map lately. Do you have like security deposits and real estate just scattered around the globe?
I have none of those things, but it has been quite the journey to make it here. You know, I took the route through Sweden and back, so I've been traveling a lot. I'm a little jet lagged still, but it was worth the journey. I'm very happy to be here.
So, why go to Sweden and why turn around and come back so quickly?
I went to Sweden because I thought that at that time it's exactly what I needed. I needed to shake things up a little bit, refocus on football, kind of get rid of all the distractions. I had played in Sweden before, and I was able to do all of those things. So I knew that that was a place where I could focus. And then, of course, when the Utah Royals came knocking, you don't turn that down. So this is a fantastic opportunity, and I'm excited to get started.
So you were in Chicago. And, you know, you score goals at a pretty amazing rate. So I'm thinking if you wanted to be in Chicago, you could be in Chicago. And then there was a trade to Houston I read about, but then that didn't happen. What appeals to you about Utah that didn't appeal to you about those other situations?
Well, I think that Utah is uniquely positioned right now. When I'm in the locker room, I told someone this today, I kind of feel like I'm in the future because I never thought that at such a professional and outstanding environment was even possible for women's soccer during my career. And it just offers all the opportunities and all the resources. And as I said, similar to my decision to go to Sweden, I'm in a place in my career where now I want to just be a footballer and I want to get rid of all the distractions, and Utah has that option for me.
So, I'm curious how in Sweden you find out what Utah does or doesn't have. You know, players on the team, you're texting back and forth, it's a small world, national team members. I mean, how do you find out?
Well, all of the information that we have as players is just word of mouth through other players. That's kind of how it works. When the franchise entered the NWSL at the beginning of the year, I saw some interviews with coaches, players, and the buzz going around, and then talked to my teammates, some players here, and I think the reputation is outstanding. And once I've been here, I think all of my expectations have been surpassed.
Surpassed, really?
Yeah.
So what have you seen that was better than what you heard?
I think that, you know, what I heard was how professional it was, how many resources you had, but what I felt is like a true love and welcome. And I wasn't expecting that. It's, you know, like I said, it's been a crazy journey, so I was just like, I got to get there, I got to put my head down, I got to play. And the team, the coaches, the staff, everyone has just been so welcoming, and the number of times I've heard welcome to the family as in the last 5 days is just, it's been crazy. It's been great.
So the crowds appeal to you, the facilities, have you been out to Harriman and seen that?
I'm not
because
yet.
You haven't, because the Royals have been training at America First Field in Sandy, so you haven't been out to Harriman. Oh man, you haven't seen Harriman.
I know.
That's a whole new level of blowing your mind.
That's
right
what
there.
I've heard.
Yeah.
So that's like the cool thing is that I've only been here for a few days. I love what I've seen, but I feel like the potential and like what's left is still there's so much out there still.
Yeah. So have you met DeLay Hansen, the owner?
I have.
And your first impression?
Well, the first time I met him, he kind of got on one knee and jokingly proposed to me. So that was my first impression. That was actually 2 weeks ago here at the women's national team game. So I've heard such great things, and I enjoyed meeting him. I was super excited, and I think he shared with me his excitement at potentially getting me to come to the club, and I hadn't really heard much at that point about a trade, so I was just kind of all flurry of excitement and possibility, and who knew how it was going to turn out.
So when he drops to a knee, what do you think?
I was just laughing, and so was everyone in the arena. So I don't even know exactly what he said. I couldn't hear. I was just laughing. I was like, uh-oh, what's happening now?
All right. So what do you know about the team on the field as far as knowing your teammates, how they're playing, styles, how everyone meshes?
Well, I think the team has just done a fantastic job of limiting chances, defensive stinginess, and I think that's a really hard thing to do in the NWSL because it's a transitional league and a lot of goals and a lot of open play. So I think that that's really great for me as an attacking personality to come in and have a defense that's confident, and then be able to play, of course, alongside Amy Rodriguez. She's a fantastic player. I've been watching her and playing with her for so many years, and I've actually never had a true partnership with her, so I'm looking forward to that. I think we can be dynamic and have a lot of fun out there, hopefully score a lot of goals.
All right. You've played a lot internationally, and I'm curious, the World Cup, the Olympics, how do you, I mean, to most of us, you know, we just watch it because they're huge events and all that. Do you value one over the other? Did one have a different kind of vibe when you played?
I think for us as footballers, it's always the World Cup. It's kind of our event. And as an American, you're like the Olympics.
Right.
And so that's kind of the duality of it. So you kind of put on a different hat for each one. I think both experiences kind of blew me away. I was surprised, and I had so much fun, and you're kind of similarly isolated from the public. So you don't realize how many people are watching, how many people care until you come back. And then the bubbles like popped and you're like, okay, I'm back in reality.
All right, Kristen's gonna make her debut tomorrow night. You can see that game, go out to the stadium. They got fireworks show afterwards. And then Thursday night, Talking Real with Brian Dunseth. Gonna have another conversation with her, get to know a little more about her off the field. Can't wait to talk donuts with her. That's gonna be fun. We will do that Thursday night. We'll see you then, and good luck in the match Wednesday night.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.